Are you looking for a budget deck that will let you poison out your opponents? How about a budget deck that has absolutely 0 rares and even 0 uncommons? Well, I have the deck for you. It's Pauper Poison. Let's go. Welcome to the Attic Manadad here. It's the channel where we explore what's fun in Magic, mostly on Arena. On Arena, as I record this, got a standard Pauper event going on, but you can play this deck up against regular standard decks if you want to. It certainly won't cost you too much. It is entirely standard legal, and it's actually fairly similar to a full-on, vintage Pauper deck. A lot of overlap in the cards, so that's what's kind of cool. If you did build this and you wanted to go into vintage Pauper, you could do that fairly easily. But let's take a look at how we're going to poison out our opponents. Well, first of all, we need to get a poison counter on them. So we need to get either a Prologue to Phyresis or a Vraska's Fall, preferably in the opening hand. That's going to be one of the key things we can do. And then once we do that, we can proliferate with Whisper of the Dross. We can proliferate with Experimental Augury. We can proliferate with Vivisurgent's Insight. Infectious Inquiry actually can also give a poison counter. I missed that one. So those are our poison counter starts. And then once we get 3 poison counters on opponent, Anoint with Affliction gets powered up, Bring the Ending gets powered up. We have some candy trails to gain some life, Subscribe to make sure we're finding what we need and draw cards, Deduce to draw some cards, Vivisurgent's Insight can draw some cards and also proliferate. And then we do have 2 lands that can be sacrificed to draw cards. Also going with 4 of the Dismal Backwaters and 4 of the Murky Sewers. All common lands. This one has a chance to come into play untapped later in the game. This one, not so much, but it is a little life gain, and we like hitting our mana very nicely. We don't really have a lot to play on turn 1, so might be too many tap lands. We'll see as we play the games, but I've been testing this deck out, so spoiler alert, it works very nicely. Okay, if you like this kind of content, hit that thumbs up. Hit that subscribe to let the YouTube algorithm know, and leave a comment to let me know. I appreciate all that you guys do to support the channel. And with that, let's see if we can take this to the midweek event and poison out some fools. Attempting to poison out some fools in the standard Pauper. Pauper event. You can use it on the ladder. Be a little tougher, but it's actually not too far away from. I have another poison control deck video you can watch if you want to see the rares to put in. Not too far away from my own standard poison deck. Just gets a little bit of an upgrade with the lands. Well, we're gonna keep it untapped lands here just so we can prologue if we may. As long as they don't have anything worth countering. Yeah. Opponent playing around the counterspell, but are you playing around Infectious Inquiry? These green decks can slam some really big creatures, so I think in addition to Vraska's Fall, we want to try to find some direct removal. Ooh, and they're going for Say Its Name. That's fun. So they are a toxic deck. That's fun too. We have a meme for that. Where is it? Got there. Found it. Yeah, we'll just hold up, Bring the Ending, Experimental Augury, Prologue, and Anoint. That sounds like a good sequence there. This does have haste, and that's coming on 5. Every chance they have one in their hand. We'll try to hit that with Bring the Ending. Poison Dart Frog. Yeah, sure. Do they also have a 1-drop? They're going to Bushwhack to find a basic land. Sure. So we're going to make sure we have a hard counter. And possibly more removal. Lose your Froggy. That's the turn. They've got a Tyrnax Atrocity. I would expect it this turn. Now we have 2 ways to deal with it. We have a Disturbed Slumber. Until end of turn, target land you control becomes a 4/4 dinosaur creature with reach and haste. Okay. I mean, it could exile one of their lands. You think they would just... You think they'll just scoop if I do this? Let's find out. I don't want it to get to 13 so we can play this untapped. Sacrifice your creature. Pass turn. What is up to 5 poison? Right, tap land. Disturb Slumber again. And a Hollow Scavenger making a food token, but we can just stop that now. Because we don't care about the food token, though. Yeah, go ahead. Hit us for 4, and then I'll just crack this and go gain 3. And, and holding up, Bring the Ending. There, it's 6 poison. Are we even worried about the wolf? We got 7 poison, 8 poison right there. Dance of the Tumbleweeds. Well, that seems like it's worth countering. And now we're not looking so pretty. Okay. We can crack that Dross Pits. Try to find a little bit more action. Say it's name number 2. Another Tyrnax Atrocity in the graveyard. Ooh, they get it back. Okay. Can they cast it? Cast the Holohenge Scavenge. They bushwhack for a basic land. Okay. I think we're gonna crack this thing. And Whisper of the Dross. We just need to find one more Poison or Proliferate. Not it. Opponent is seeing my 5 cards in hand and just like assuming maybe I have lethal. Okay, they're not scooping yet. Let's go for the poison kill. My poison.
If you poison us, do we not die?
Here comes the Tyrannax. Oh, so they're playing around Bring the Ending. I don't think they understand. It's a hard counter now. Having 2 extra mana. Gonna sack the food. Oh no, we were 1 poison away. Playing some Pauper poison. Budget to the point of being Pauper. That's the kind of Pauper we like. Not Mr. Popper's Penguin Pauper, but lots of cheap common cards Pauper. We're going first. That's great. We can Candy Trail to scry ourselves. Already got the Prologue to Phyresis, followed by the Vraska's Fall. This is a fantastic curve. We might want the Anoint with Affliction. We might want the Candy Trail. I guess we got the land drop, so let's just keep it like that. Make opponent scared because we kept 2 on top. Hopeless Nightmare. Okay. Well, they may be a discard deck. You may want to discard an island next. See what they come out with. They come in with the Nezumi Informant. I guess we'll lose the Anoint. We got another Anoint on the way. No, we drew that Anoint. We'll discard this Anoint. We can Vraska's Fall. And hopefully they don't make us discard once again, but I have a feeling they will. Yep. Skullcap Snail. How much do we want to just be on the... We don't really need to make them get rid of a card. It would be nice to get to the 3 poison, though. The Candy Trails are going to draw us cards, so I guess we'll go with the Candy Trails. And Prologue to Phyresis is good. Don't need another land. Pass the turn. Now all their discard stuff is really just kind of like 2 mana, cast a 1/1. Okay, we're going to draw a card. There's a life. Now we probably wish we had removal. Let's see what we draw. So, an Infectious Inquiry. Not hit a land drop. We are going to... Okay, Whisper of the Dross is great. Vraska's Fall is probably good enough to clean up afterwards. There, 3 poison. Let's see if we can count to 10. Okay. Make us lose the cards that we drew. Gonna make us lose the Prologue also? Yep. Okay. We got these Candy Trails. I want to crack them until after their turn. Might not even want to crack them because we can't cast Vraska's Fall on something else. I do like being mana efficient though, and I do like making sure we don't lose the life loss. Okay, well, there we go, perfect. Lose a creature, gain a poison counter. Could we be up against the only deck that is more frustrating to play against than our own? Perhaps. They scry 1 to the top. And the Plunderer again. We can find a Whisper of the Dross. Oh, we did. Let's crack this, see what else we get. Oh. Want it have some kind of moment of craving. Sure, okay. We don't get the proliferate. That's what they're preventing there. That's fine. This is instant speed, so the moment they play that, we can take out one of these guys. And just a land. Let's cash this in for a card. Most of the things in our deck we can cast for 3. Take the land. Hit us for 2. They're at 5. We really need a big draw spell. Okay, well, scrying 2 lands away is pretty good. Let's just pass on that. We'll lose 3, but we'll gain 3, and then we'll have 2 cards. The opponent doesn't want to play unless we have a card in hand. Oh, okay, we get Augury. There's another Proliferate. Up to 6 poison. And Bring the Ending is a hard counter here. I consider putting more counters in the deck. I guess if they have another creature, then we'll be sad. Okay, let's hit the Rager. Take 3, we go to 8. Dig. We can deduce. Bring the Ending. So we do attack. Let's increase our clock here. We may have to lose Bring the Ending. But we just need 2 more Proliferate and or poison spells. Can we find them in time? Vivisurgeon's Insight. Alright, let's pass the turn. It's coming down to it. Can't counter whatever they play here. They play anything. They don't play anything. Okay. Well, that gives us another draw. So how about a Whisper of the Dross? Oh no, but they're going to remove it, aren't they? We have to Bring the Ending on that. And we don't have enough life to win with Infectious Inquiry. How's that going to be? Is that going to be a tie, actually? Draw! Okay. Up against Chillip, the 22nd. Standard Beaver. Chillip is going first, which is never great. So Chillip has a slow deck. We don't really have removal. We can get the poison plan started in turn 2, which is what we like. Okay. Chillip plays a tap land, that's good. We should also play a tap land. Should have played this tap land, but I guess who knows. Maybe one of us will get down to 13 life very quickly. Outlaw Medic. Okay. Well, luckily these life gain decks are not really much of a threat to us here. We just kind of counter whatever they play. Or if they play nothing, we can give them a poison counter. Don't mind if I do, opponent. It is an Esper deck, which is interesting. Drago. If you like Drago, this is a deck that lets you Drago. Take one. And I think we will proliferate here. Maybe need a land? I think the possibility of double spelling is worth not doing the poison. Well, then of course we draw another land, so. The bring the endings that useful, because I could definitely Candy Trail here, and then I guess just hold up, bring the ending, deduce. Don't have to Infectious Inquiry just yet. And hold up Candy Trail. Anoint with Afflictions will be good. I think we can keep both of those on top. Or it seems to be some kind of creature-based deck. We have to guess. They're not really playing anything. Big mana for opponent. They're up to 24, and they do nothing. Okay. We shall deduce. And now I feel safe Infectious Inquiring. Passing the turn. We will have to discard at some point. What is opponent's deck? Play lands and Outlaw Medic? Some kind of sacrifice deck? Or are they just all removal, maybe? Did we blank them? Okay. Maybe I was supposed to pop the Candy Trail, actually. Attempt to exile this. Candy Grapple. They're gonna exile it first. They can draw a card. Sure. We have some 2-mana hard counters. So yeah. Get about you, Rager. Just Esper value creatures? Looks like it. Well, guess what? We are Dimir Poison. Ooh, Ice Out. Okay. I think I do. Okay, they didn't want to play anymore. That's a poison win. I'm counting it. Okay, so how do we do? Well, I take issue with untapped.gg. You can see we played 3 games. The 3 games I showed you, one of them was a draw, as you saw. Here you see win-win draw. So how is that a 2-1? That should be a 2-0-1. Or it should just not count it. That's what I say. Anyways, when I played on my phone, I did lose 1 game. So it is possible to lose with this in the standard event, or especially probably on the ladder. I didn't test it on the ladder. But as I said, very similar to the poison control, the creatureless poison deck that I posted not too long ago. So I'll put a link to that video in the description as well. And yeah, otherwise, I don't know, Vivisurgent's Insight might just be too much mana. Might not be necessary. You might rather have more removal or more draw, like Deduce, or more counter spells. There's a counter spell that costs blue if it targets a creature, otherwise costs 4 that I considered putting in here that's at common. Other than that, I think the mana base was actually working pretty well for me. I have not had any games yet where I've had to complain about the mana base. So poisonless or no, creatureless poison control. I love it. I hope you do too. Let me know in the comments what you think. This has been Mana Dad reminding you Magic is a game so fun, even dads can enjoy it. Adios.